Welcome back to Harbor Nook. I am so excited to share with you this fun recipe. This recipe is a great go-to, especially after a yummy meal for that dessert treat, and it's always a classic. Today we are going to be making fudge brownies. Now I already have the oven preheating to 350 and I have 2 sticks of butter melting on the skillet. So once that butter melts, I'm gonna go ahead and add it to the wonderful sugar mixture. Okay, now that the butter is melted, we are going to go ahead and add our sugar to the bowl with the melted butter. So this recipe calls for 2 cups of sugar. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up my bag here and get 2 lovely cups of sugar. And I have my measuring cup here. So 2 cups, just about right here. Make sure that your measuring cup is level to the counter. You can always double check, shake it, and then place it on the counter and just make sure it's level. Like I'm a little bit under, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. Level it out. Do the eye check, and this is exactly 2 cups of sugar. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my sugar to a big mixing bowl. After I add my sugar, I'm gonna go ahead and add the melted butter to the bowl and start mixing. Okay, I just added my 2 cups of sugar into my mixing bowl. I'm gonna go ahead and add my butter, my melted butter. Again, this is 2 sticks of butter. And we will get mixing. So I have 4 large eggs here. I'm gonna go ahead and add our eggs one at a time. One of my dreams would be, of course, to have my very own chicken coop so that I could have my fresh eggs every morning. I'm gonna go ahead and mix one of these eggs in here. Time for egg number 2. Second egg here. Give that a good mix. Egg 3. Egg 4. This egg is not material. Okay, I have my melted butter, my sugar, my 4 large eggs all melted into this wonderful sugar mixture. I'm going to go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of the vanilla extract. So I will go ahead and pour my wonderful vanilla extract, which I just adore the smell of. I'm going to show you guys. Ooh, that beautiful vanilla extract. It smells delicious. Go ahead and mix the vanilla extract into our wonderful sugar mix. I'm going to go ahead and place the vanilla extract to the side, and then we are going to stir in our dry ingredients. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and place this to the side for now. I'm gonna get my other mixing bowl and we are going to add the dry ingredients. So the first thing that we want to add is 1 cup of flour. I am using just all-purpose flour today, but you can use the flour of your preference. If you bang the side of the cup, it will even out, and I have about 1.5 here, so I'm going to dump some of it out. You want it to be very level, just a tad too much. I'm going to go ahead and double check it by putting it on the counter and looking at eye level. And this is exactly 1 cup of flour. So I'm gonna go ahead and move the flour to the side, and I'm gonna pour this into my dry mix bowl. 1 cup of flour. Make sure that all that flour gets in there. Okay, the next dry ingredient that we are going to add is going to be our 1 cup of cocoa powder. So I have 1 cup of cocoa powder. I'm gonna shake this up while it still has the lid so it gets a little bit more usable. Drop it. Just the corner. Again, 1 cup of our cocoa powder. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I have 1 cup here. Check eye level again. This is 1 cup of cocoa powder into our dry ingredient mixture. Okay, I will go ahead and take the cocoa powder and the flour and say, see you later, friends. The next thing we're going to add. Okay, in the dry ingredient bowl, I have my 1 cup of flour, my 1 cup of cocoa powder, and now I'm going to add half a teaspoon of my baking powder. So I have a little handy half a teaspoon measuring little spoon here. So I'm going to take half a teaspoon, add that to the dry ingredients, and I will put the baking powder to the side. The next thing we cannot forget is salt, and this also requires half a teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to go ahead, take my salt, my half a teaspoon, voila, into the dry ingredient bowl. Okay, I'm going to put the salt and all of my dry ingredients to the side and say, see you later, friends. And I am going to go ahead and mix the dry ingredients together. Okay, friends, I'm going to go ahead and mix the dry ingredients together. This lovely cocoa powder mix, I am going to add it to our wet ingredients here. Okay, I already have my wet mixture ready. I have my dry ingredients here. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of my dry ingredients to my wet mixture and mix in. You don't want to over mix the brownies, but I'm going to make sure that I'm kind of mixing and then folding the batter together. And then our final step after we add the wet and dry ingredients will be, of course, our lovely chocolate chips. And I went with mini chocolate chips because I just feel like mini chocolate chips do better in brownies. Now that we have this delicious mix, I'm gonna go ahead and cut and open the chocolate chips. Now that we have this delicious brownie mix, I'm gonna go ahead and add these wonderful semi-sweet mini morsels. And I will go ahead and fold these in to this lovely, rich fudge brownie mix, which it is already divine. If it didn't have eggs in it, I think I might eat the bowl. Now that this is all ready to go, I'm gonna go ahead and get that wonderful greased pan that we had earlier and add it to the mix here. And I will take this wonderful brownie mix and pop it in the oven.